Hey,
Unmute myself. Hey,
what's going on?
look at this guy. He's got a whole new setup back there.
Yeah, that's too bleached out though. I didn't have enough time to adjust the lighting right, so it kind of sucks. I don't know.
Yeah, that's tricky.
Yeah, I don't know. Something ain't right. It looks too washed out, but oh well.
All right. Well, geez, good things come to those who waits.
Dude, sorry about that, man. Everything. Oh, I don't even have my mic on. Oh, there goes something else. Everything just fell all at the same time. It was a whole lot of catastrophe. Internet died, computer died, got logged out of StreamYard, forgot how to log in for some reason.
Well, we celebrate the lo-fi here, so technical problems are a happy thing.
Yeah, that's true. Even though now I got to dig my damn Switch controller, I don't even want to know how hard that's going to be to get. That sucks.
Yeah, we've been there.
That sucks. I just finished that corner over there, man. Fuck.
Yeah, last night I was watching a movie down here, and I heard a catastrophe of crashes and bangs going on in this corner, and somehow a cat had gone up on these storage shelves you can't see, where one of my backlights is up there, knocked that down, crashed down into this other cabinet, knocked all this other garbage down. I wanted to kill them. Well, every day I want to kill those cats. But
team dog.
Yet they survive somehow. So anyways, welcome to the VHS show. I'm your co-host, Bill. With me is tape guru Chris Roberts right there.
That's a little strong, but I definitely enjoy him.
I can't think of anyone more versed in the religion of VHS than Chris Roberts. You're lucky to have him.
You're begging for me to get trolled.
Who else can be anywhere near your stature? Come on.
Lunch meat, actual people in the industry. I don't know. Anyway, I appreciate that. And you know what? I'm actually doing the link right this time. The last two times I copied and pasted the link, and then I have the same guy pop in and say, yeah, man, you got to make it a real link.
Yeah, that's beyond me to do that.
No, there's this little button up here, this little smiley face thing, right? You see that?
Okay. Yeah.
So if you click on that, okay, then this little sub menu pops up, and it has different things you can do, and one of them is link.
That's stickers, though.
No, you click that. Okay, so you click link, and then the next screen, I can't put two links in, but basically the next screen pops up, and then you paste your link into the top of it, and then it does that. It becomes a link. So anyways, let me type this in here.
Well, geez, yeah, I hope the many throngs of Chris Roberts supporters click on that link and check out Midnight is Flashing, his other pet project, the YouTube channel, where all kinds of VHS action happens, including this live chat. It's been going on for 32 episodes, and they're all on here. You know, click on the homepage, go back and check them out. You can see there's actually a story how this whole channel came about, starting with episode 1.
Yeah. I enjoy doing it, man. I'm glad we're still doing it. I'm glad we're trying to be consistent. I know it's been hard with both of our schedules to link up because, you know, you're in Canada and I'm in America. And, you know, I don't like to work on Sunday football days and that. A lot of days you have off. And now that I'm off on Sundays, you have prior engagements with other people.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You're like, well, I would record on Sunday, but my better friend asked first. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I heard anyway.
Now, here in Canada, we do have hockey on Saturday, and I've still left that day open for us to record, unlike you in the NFL, where it shuts down the entire day. So
you know what? That I know hockey means a lot to you, and I appreciate that. A big sacrifice. I'm gonna do an unboxing on screen.
Oh, nice! I'm wondering what all the commotion is over there.
Yeah, I'm trying to find my little prosy. Anybody who watches my Instagram knows I do these little unboxing videos, and part of the gimmick that I came up with is like having little scissors and knives and stuff in different parts of the room. This is a little inside baseball here. and then I go and I act like that's where they normally stay, right? And then I pull out these big butcher knives or little knives or whatever, and then I open up the box and I do it in a real fast pace because I don't know, I like the way it looks. It seems like keeps engagement better. So yeah, then I do that. So now I got to find actually where I was hiding them, and I actually had both of them within reach. So that's amazing because I thought for sure I was going to have to stand up and risk stepping on my damn Ethernet cable and unplugging everything or unplugging my power cable because somehow my computer was down to like 0%. I've never seen it get that low before.
Apple.
Well, all right, fair. I mean, it is. So
do not touch that Ethernet cable because your internet, it's so like when you first come on, it's scary because it looks so blocky. But then as we wait it out, it like chugs along, and now you're smooth as anything.
So what I do is I have to go through, and I forgot to do it on my phone, but I didn't need to go through everything, and I turn off all the internets. Okay, no one's allowed to watch TV. I almost forgot to. I was gonna put something on like on this because I got a
right.
Decided to get a big screen, a modern TV for this unmodern room because I have one in here, but it's smaller, and now the way I've redesigned the room. There's a nice spot for it. There was some CRTs here, but I moved them around, and some of them are just going. They're going to find a new home. But yeah, I'm liking this corner, man. You like my little fan robot?
Oh,
so it's just an 80s deal. So when you plug him in and you turn him on, his little lights glow. So quick story. When I went back and I paid a visit to my really good friend Duke. Did I lose you? Oh,
no, I wanted to see it.
Oh, sorry. So I went to go pay a visit to my good friend Duke, right? And we went to too many games and went and messed around different places. And one place we ended up in is in this antique store. Now, my friend used to have this fan when we were kids. And I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. Now, this one's seen better days. I mean, it's not in great shape, but I basically got it for free. A few weeks ago, I went to this estate sale that was amazing, man. I mean, this was a 7,000 square foot home. At one time, I'm sure it was like a mansion in its day. Okay, I think I know what I did. Let me see. Oh, look at, almost had it. It's like, it wants to make it really bright initially. Mm-hmm. Here you go. Maybe if I put my hand there. Anyway, so big house, dude. It must have been like a mansion in its time. And it had probably, it said 5 bedrooms, but there's no way. There was probably about 15 bedrooms. They must have called them something else, like sewing room or this and that room.
A den.
Right. Well, he had like 2 dens. He had 2 dens and a family room. I mean, it was a big place, right? But it had fallen into disrepair. Some, like, I guess the parents, their big glory days were in like the 80s, right? Well, this is a live broadcast. No, it's not the TV, it's the tape. Or maybe it is the TV. Let me see. Oh, maybe it is. All right. Oh, no, I'm gonna have to pause production for that. Okay. Anyway, big place, right? What?
I just got kicked off for some.
Oh, well, that's what happens sometimes. I didn't do it. So huge place, dude. Stuff everywhere, right? Everywhere. And a lot of new stuff, but new old stuff. Like they had probably 100 down feather pillows, like expensive pillows, like $100, $150 pillows, still had the price tags on them from 1988, dude. Still in bags, still in shipping boxes. Like it was just insane what this person had. They had to have 500 brand new sets of sheets, at least. I mean, there was a hoarder vibe, but then there was also a storage vibe. Like, I don't know, at some point they had to bring stuff home and start storing it, but it was
a store.
Sort of, I guess, but this was all name brand stuff. So I don't know if they were buying out like old storage lockers or what was happening, but They were everywhere, dude. In every part of the house, there was these big stashes of brand new pillows and sheets and bedding. And then there was another place that had like brand new appliances. But when I say new, I mean new old stock. Everything stopped like in 1998, it felt like. I mean, there was a few modern things in the house, but not many. One of the things that I cannot pick this up, or you will see me literally break my back on camera, and I know you would like that. But so man, it's not going to show very well. Let me see. Can you see that? This right here. Hey, let me make some light on it.
Top loader.
Right, but it's not like not just a top loader. It's the top loader. Like, this is the very first top loader ever to be sold in America. Probably Canada too, but it seems like you guys might have got the different brand name. Like, it wasn't RCA there, it was something else, because someone else on Twitter showed the exact same one. Actually, it was Derek, our good friend Derek. Showed the exact same one, but it had a different name on it. But you could tell it was a model. But anyway, so I'm going through this house. Now, mind you, I had to go through that house probably 30 times, Bill, because every time I would go back in, I'd find something else. I was finding tapes, blank tapes, regular, tapes that had stuff on it. Like, for instance, now I'm not going to show them all because they're without a reach, but he had to have like every Super Bowl in the last 10 years recorded. So I grabbed all those. I grabbed like 60 something brand new 8-hour Sony tape still in the package. I mean, still in, like, when I mean in the package, because they would come in like 10 or 8 or, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
That overall wrapping, I mean, it was crazy, dude. So I grabbed those, and so that was like the first big pile I did. I grabbed that, and then I went in, I grabbed a bunch of pillows, because I'm like, dude, these are like high quality. Like, some of them are from Macy's, some of them are,
Chris Roberts needs his pillows.
Dude, I'm telling you, I replaced every pillow in the house. Like, you know what I mean? These things were brand new, dude. Brand new. And as far as I know, like, no, they don't go bad. There was not an expiration date on them, so they're chilling. I love them, and I got the damn pillowcases to go for them too. I mean, perfect. The funny thing is now, so the first trip had to do more with pillows. Okay, I almost went too far, Duke. So we went to the thrift store. My friend had this robot as a kid. I'll backtrack just a second. And me and Duke go into this thrift store, and it was brand new, great price, still in the box. The guy only wanted $30 for it, but I was like, how am I going to get it home? I would have to ship it, or I didn't want to put that burden on Duke, so I passed on it. And there it was sitting there, get it basically for nothing. So my first pile was this huge pile of like pillows and bedding and tapes, and Shannon had a big pile of stuff, and I mean, just too much stuff to list, right? I mean, I'm going to list a lot of it, but I mean, too much to mention. But just big, huge pile. I should have took a pic of it, but and like a newer Sony, like the newest thing I found in the house was like a Sony VCR from like 2021. So I'm like, oh wow, I mean not 21, 2001, 2001. Okay. Yeah, wrong year. But anyway, so I grabbed all this stuff, made a big pile. The guy initially said like 190. I hit him back with 150, and he's like, how about 160? Deal. You know what I mean? Like, it was, item wise, it was like $2 an item or $3 an item. I mean, it was well worth it. So we packed all that crap in the car. So we're like feeling victorious. We go to eat. And as we're getting out, I kind of noticed, like, I don't have a king size bed. I have a queen. So I wanted queen size pillows or whatever, or lesser. I actually grabbed like 3 king size pillows, which they'll work. You could put 2 king on a queen. Right. But I don't have pillowcases for king. Okay. So I'm thinking to myself, dude, I'm not going to go to the store right now and buy it. I'm going back to that damn estate sale. So after we got done eating, we went back. Of course, first thing I do is I just go in there and I grab some pillowcases. Like, all right, I guess I got to go back through it again. So I go through and I find a top load in VCR was from like 82. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I don't think it's going to work, but these things are worth money, even just parts only, right? And so I grab that. I go back through the house again, and I must have went through this section probably 20 times, dude. And I look on the ground and there's this beauty. And I can't tell you I knew exactly this was the first model when I grabbed it. I just knew it was cool. It has the knobs and it looked filthy, so dirty. Like I cleaned it up. It looks immaculate. But so I didn't find out till later it was the first one. But went back to the garage, grabbed there was like a Windows 98 still in the box, grabbed that, grabbed a few other things, and I go back through, and you know we talk about manifesting on our various shows that we do. And before we went out, I said, I want to get another one of them. They have like these cabinets that, you know, sit about, I don't know, probably about 3 feet high, maybe 2.5 feet high. And then they got these double door actions. When you open them up, you put a bunch of tapes inside, you would take the door, or you put DVDs, right?
Yeah, I had one of those for sure.
Right, and I have one that's sitting over there across the room, and I thought, you know what, maybe I'll have one side by side. It might look cool, you know. Plus, it's a good space saver. Hey, Derek. But I was looking, and I was like, they're not gonna have one here because, you know, like they had used items, but I would have saw it at this point, right? Or I would have seen it. I go back through the spot I had been through a couple of times, so somebody must have pulled it out for me and did the work. I turn around the corner, and there was one brand new, still in box. I'm like, dude, it was like it was meant for me, Bill. They set it right there where I could see it right out in the open, and here it is. It's this little black. This one. I ended up not putting them side by side. I set up a little dubbing system here set up. So I got my two Panasonic. So, you know, you pop one in here, record down here. Got the little TV here. It's all Panasonic. I kind of like that. Double doors. Let's see. Well, it's got there we go. Yeah, there goes a Tauntaun. But I don't. Yeah, there's some stuff in the way right now. I'm still cleaning up. But anyway, yeah, got it all nice and full.
The only thing I didn't like too much about that cabinet when I had one like that, you can't load too much on the top because
it
doesn't have support because of those doors.
Correct. You can there is a drawback to it. If you have too much weight on top, it kind of makes it where the doors don't want to open right, and the surface underneath isn't perfect. But guess what? I don't care. It's just old problems. You know what I mean? It works. It's a good space saver. It's better than building another cabinet. Plus, where I have it at, it wouldn't work if I built something. So works good, and it was fun putting together something. You should have saw these instructions, Bill. Like, I'm like, I don't know how anybody put this together back then, because it's just like, here's some boards. Okay, put this board with that board, and then you're trying to squint real, you know, because like the print. I mean, I don't think that kind of ink just evaporates over time, so it looked like it was a shitty copy to begin with, and yeah, it was terrible, man, but I got it together. And
well, I'm glad manifesting is working for you so well, as normal. It's good to hear.
Yeah, because I also manifested this VCR because I've been wanting one with knobs, and I keep seeing these guys post these. And you know who really got me was Lunch Meat when he did his little room tour. When we had him on, he looked around. I saw it in the corner, or like he has it in the middle of the room or something, like next to his couch or something like that. It's just sitting on top of a table. And I'm like, dude, that's the one I want. Coincidentally, it is the same model. I didn't know that. After I posted my video, he posted a video saying that I inspired him to post a video. I'm just like, yeah, I mean, right on, dude. It's awesome. We all need to get together. You need one, Bill. You need to get that Canadian one. Get with your boy Derek. Have him give you that link.
Look, I was trying to manifest a Betacam player, and one came on our marketplace. It was a late model one, you know, so about the same size as VCR, front loading, because I just wanted to check out a few beta tapes that I have. Right. And the guy really only wanted $50 for it, said it was working. It even had like the stickers overlay on the top. Everything looked good on it, which was probably a good price, but I always get Chris Roberts in the back of my head picking stuff up for nothing.
Yeah.
And always telling me to negotiate. So I opened up the messages with, hey, would you consider maybe $30 for this? He's asking $50. I didn't think that was crazy. I'd get it for $40, right? In the end. No answer. ghosts me for a week, but it's still up there. Never goes down. So the next week I have to kind of eat my words a little bit and just, hey, yeah, sorry about the 30. I'm willing to give 40 if you want. $40. We'll make this a deal. No answer. Ghost. Nothing. Again, at this point, I quite want it badly at this point.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely not and I'm negotiating with myself now. Is that
right?
Is that how this works? And I'm not about to bring myself to that level where I go to them in the same account and say,
right, you got it. Yeah, see, I was going to give you that suggestion, but go ahead.
So I got my daughter and said, look, can you go on Marketplace, go on there and say $50, no problem, we'll do it. And, I'll pick it up anytime. And she's like, yeah, okay. So she set that up, $50. No answer again. Who is this seller? This is like a month of not answering requests to buy this thing. And then the next day it went away. So I'm like, oh.
He probably sold it earlier and then just wasn't replying. That sucks, man. Sorry, dude.
Could be.
He probably already had sold it. I already did that, Bill. You're behind.
Oh, I didn't think you were in charge of this broadcast.
No, I am.
Okay. And while we're talking about decks, my JVC Super VHS deck, if you recall from our last episode, maybe I talked about it was having carriage issues. The carriage was kind of stuck halfway as I was trying to make it watch one of those music bootlegs. I have a Pink Floyd concert. I was trying to play it, and it was wound so tight, the decks weren't having anything with it, and the JVC managed to eject it, but only kind of, where the tape was just right there, not fully. So I pull the tape out and then nothing. You can't do anything with the deck any further on that. So I was pretty worried because I love that JVC SVHS player. Real SVHS, not quasi, is the real deal, let me tell you. And I'm looking up service manuals because you'd think it would just be go into a service menu and just reboot the whole thing so the carriage resets itself, right?
Right.
But these JVC decks, technicians would have some sort of component that they would plug into the VCR, and that's how they would work the service menu stuff. It's not as simple as them working it off the buttons here. So you would need this service module to plug into it. So I was getting really concerned, but I did take it out. I took the hood off. I could see how the carriage was kind of loose, and it seemed like there was some tabs sticking up. So I just kind of moved these tabs around. They both clicked in, and everything started whirling again. It's working normal again.
Yeah, I have a VCR combo player that does not like home recording tapes. Like they're just too light for it or something. There's some difference where if I put in like a commercially sold tape, don't have no issues, goes right in, plays it. When I go to put in like a lighter tape and I put it in, it's not happy. It doesn't want to take it, or it kicks it back out. So I'm just content with never using any of those with it. I'm fine. Mm-hmm. That is only what that's for. It's a special occasion one anyways. It's my nice the vertical
I like that one.
Yeah, it is not. If you
the microwave,
it don't play around. If you put in a bullshit tape, it will let you know immediately it's not thrilled. But it works really good. I don't have it plugged in right now where I demonstrate it, but yeah, I'm very happy with this. But again, I never wanted to use it too much anyways for fear I'd just wear it out.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those, like I said, like a special occasion. And I think it's kind of more about having it. If I'm going to like really put something under some pressure, it's going to be something newer, or, like one of these decks. Like these are pretty disposable. I mean, I really think this is a quality VCR, this Panasonic. Don't sleep on those, because a lot of people like Sony's and stuff. And don't get me wrong, I like Sony overall, but I find their VCRs are lacking. I am not a Sony VCR fan, even though my main deck right now, my combo deck is a Sony, but I've had problems with like their mid 2000s VCRs where, tape eating or just having issues. I'm just not a huge fan of them.
Well, Sony made so many different levels of quality, so
Yeah.
they went right up to broadcast quality and as low to what you'd find.
Yeah. No, like I said, I like Sony. Period. Like their CRTs, I'm all about it. I kind of feel like they peaked at a certain year, though. Even though I'm a PlayStation guy, because I mean, who wants one of those ugly Xboxes in their home? But as far as VCRs goes, man, if you just want like an everyday player, a nice Panasonic, you find one of them at a thrift store for $5, you better grab it. Those are solid. But now do pay attention though, because they do have some models, that only have like red, yellow and red, not yellow, it doesn't have the white. If that's something that like for this TV, it'd be fine. You know what I mean? Because it only come out in mono anyway, so it wouldn't make a difference.
These little ones.
Yeah, it wouldn't make a difference. But if you're putting it on a better setup, you're not going to get the quality you're looking for. So
moral of the story, don't be afraid to take this thing out of your system, take the hood off,
right?
Unplug it. But you can get in there and see how the things work. You can clean the heads from the inside. A little bit of.
So when you clean that, when you do an inside cleaning like that, what do you use? Like what kind? Like are you using like a high alcohol or what are you using?
Yeah, and a rag, and you're just going around the drum. Like back in the day, when I worked at a TV station overnight, I was literally the only person there, no engineers, and we were all on tape. And so if a machine got its head clogged with oxide, you had to literally take that puppy apart yourself in the middle of the night and clean it up. So we had a stack of these small little, I guess they were, I don't know if they were cotton. They didn't feel like cotton, but stack of rags and a big bottle of, what's the alcohol called? Help me out. Derek, I just told you what kind of alcohol to use. Anyways, we had a big spray bottle of it like this, and we'd spray down the rag.
Does it start with a P? Was it? I like seeing you struggle. Come on, Bill.
Yeah, I know.
What is it, Bill? Can't leave the fans hanging.
ISO. Yeah, it was ISO.
Yeah, I figured it was that.
Yeah, but I'm sure it was that. And we would just rub up and down and turn the drum all along the drum, and that would knock any head clog out of there. Now, I'm sure no manual will tell you to do that, but I mean, if we were doing it on a broadcast level machine, I'm sure it's.
Well, yeah, if you could do it on something like that, that's worth thousands of dollars at the time. I would imagine those weren't cheap.
And they were $50,000.
Yeah, well, I said thousands. Yeah, that's a lot. 50,000. That's crazy. So you would just use now the rag you're using. Is this some everyday shop rag or microfiber? I don't know. What are you using?
It's not microfiber, and it didn't feel like cotton. It was like firm. Kind of, it felt like polyester, but you would think it would be cotton. Although cotton would throw off strands.
So maybe there's really no worries about scratching the heads?
Didn't seem to be. Not the way they instructed me to. You would think that would be an issue.
But I mean, something that high in quality. I mean, obviously, they don't want to be changing out heads. Those couldn't have been cheap.
Yeah, well, we did have the engineering would do that as well. They would have to.
Yeah, but that's after probably thousands of hours of play, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you're talking about years probably before you had to do that.
Yeah. But speaking of broadcast, I did find something that was kind of neat, and we'll get to tapes at some point here.
Yeah, we'll get a tape here in a minute.
I just thought it was so weird to find this in a thrift store. This is a clock by Leach, and it's a very important clock because this is like a slave to the master clock system. This would be in every control room, edit suites if they had anything to do with live production, anything to do with live production where they have to be timed to the master clock. You would have a clock like this, and because you can wire it right into the house system. So it's a really bright face on it, and the seconds can either be ticking or it can be a sweep, but it's just very strange to find this in a thrift store.
And it works?
Totally works. And the fun part of this is when you're working and it's a daylight savings time or a fall back time, and these clocks have to move ahead an hour, they do it automatically, and suddenly the second hand just starts going, and your time just starts going, bop, 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 and it's like you're in a time machine. So
you guys do daylight savings as well?
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that? Real sidebar here. You for it?
Enough is enough.
What about the farmers, Bill?
They don't care.
What about the morning workers, Bill?
I'm a shift worker. It is hard, man.
Yeah, but you're in a building.
Yeah, it's no good.
Get out in the world when 5 o'clock is pitch dark.
That's when I'm driving to work, and it sucks.
All right,
just leave it alone. Let the earth do its thing.
Okay,
they'll figure it out.
You know, we're not messing with the earth. We're just messing with people.
Is that really?
Yeah, the earth is still fine. It's still doing its thing. It's the people.
Yeah, when you're pulling those 12-hour shifts and you lose an hour of sleep, going in the next day is rough. Although if you're at work,
but nobody bitches when they gain, though. No, but you never hear anybody complaining when you gain that hour. What about that?
No, it's just leave it alone. Time karma will work itself out.
I don't know, man. It feels like just like it's nostalgic at this point. I couldn't imagine going back to not doing that.
Nostalgic. Now you're talking crazy.
Nah, it's what as a kid I remember first learning about that. But anyway, all right. So let me show some tapes real quick. I'll show this one. I did show this already. Now, this one is the Seahawks and the Green Bay Packers. Now, what makes this interesting here, okay, my really good friend, okay, what's his name again? Curtis. My really good friend Curtis has been wanting this Super Bowl, this exact Super Bowl. He bought this Super Bowl. He was so happy to get it home. When he got it home, he put it in the VCR. And some Spanish stuff came on. They recorded over his Super Bowl with like the Spanish music awards or something.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. It was something tragic that, like he couldn't even salvage. And so when I saw this one, because I grabbed, I think 4 or 5 of these. That's all I could find, right? I said there was more, but in reality, it was about 5. And I was like, dude, first off, I'm gonna go through it and grab the commercials that I want, and then after that, I'm gonna give it to my boy here. I didn't even start off by putting this one in first. I wanted to, because there was one that was a closer date, and I'm looking for a very specific commercial, so I set that one down. I put the other one in. Perfect. Picture was perfect. Has all the commercials. It's amazing. Ejected it. So now I'm just kind of going backwards in time. I was at 2006 or 2007, right? Then I go to 2006, pop that one in, boom, perfect. Pull it out, commercials, everything looks great. Pop in 2005, commercials, great, perfect. Now I'm at Curtis's tape, 2004, pop it in, fucking ass, bullshit, all static. It looks terrible. And I'm like, dude, what the hell? Mm-hmm. And this was a place, okay, and then you think, well, maybe they upgraded their stuff after that. No, because even though I don't have it within reach, I found a soap opera tape from 1981 that has the clearest picture I've ever seen. It is beautiful with all the commercials. They were All My Children fan, and it's just full of All My Children's episodes. Is it children? Yeah, children. And I guess there's only one. Yeah. Anyway, children's, right. Well, it could have been All My Children's Toys. But anyway, All My Children, it was full of those episodes. And, this is it right here. Doesn't have anything written on it. It's totally nothing, right? No label, no nothing, but it's heavy. So when I was like, okay, this is an old tape. So I'm grabbing anything that's heavy, whether they got labels on it or not. There's a little tip for you, Derek. If you're looking for something early in the 80s, look for heavy tapes. And because back then there was just a higher quality, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And you could murder somebody with this tape if you had to, Bill. Someone comes in this room right now, I can bash their brains in with this. I wouldn't, because I wouldn't want to ruin the tape. I'd grab a knife or something. But pop it in, all commercials, perfect. So poor Curtis, he's never gonna get that. He's just never gonna get it. He's never gonna get one, man. But yeah, so that was that little story. My good friend Gala Avery, when I met up with her at a little tape trading event recently, my really good friend, kind of a pseudo niece to Quentin Tarantino, by the way, just if you haven't heard of her, producer of the Video Archives podcast, that Gala Avery.
Listen, if we want to start taking score of what movies we've watched from the Video Archives podcast, let's go. Let's go.
We don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. We just, who's a bigger fan? We already know that. But so she came with a big bag of tapes that she was just handing them out. Like, it was funny because later on she came back and she told me that she made some trades, and she goes, yeah, I finally just learned how to do this better. Like she was just giving her tapes away instead of trading her tapes.
Well, I don't think you told me that.
Yeah,
that she was giving away tapes.
She gave away some tapes. She gave me two. One was it's a movie Coven. It's signed by the director, the director, producer. I don't know. Somebody signed. I'm assuming it's the filmmaker signed it, and she gave me a signed copy of that because she has a connection with him, and I guess he gives her some every now and then, and she's handed them out. And she gave me this tape, which is on Paragon Video. Boarding House. Now this is it's a horror tape. It's got a little bit of cachet to it, and it's pretty cool. But it was this tape only. So she goes, "Would you want this?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'll take that." Got a little Circus Video sticker on there on both sides. This one looks a little better. Anyway, so it's tape only, and I'm not that much of a snob where I won't take just a tape because it is about the movie sometimes. But I decided to go on eBay, looking around, seeing if they had any. They didn't have any boxes, like nice boxes. They didn't have any like good ones, but they did have one cut box. And it's just pretty cool because, this was a former rental. It's got a little horror sticker there. I mean, it is a horribly cut box. There's no doubt. I mean, they even like cut the cut box, like I don't know what that was about, but they ended up, I don't know why they cut it that way, but it doesn't matter. It's all in the case here. And this is kind of cool too. I mean, considering our podcast name, but it's from Midnight Video here.
What?
Yeah, look at that.
We got to get our lawyers involved here.
Right. Well, we ought to just go ahead and steal this because they're defunct now. That's our script. We should have Midnight and then Is Flashing should be how the video is written.
Yeah, let's get a good scan of that.
I'm gonna give you a good scan of this and send it off to you. This is from San Francisco, California. Now the guy had it up for $50, so I messaged him.
God.
But now keep in mind, the tape itself sells for about $150 in really nice shape. Well, just shape, good shape, whatever. Not this kind of shape. I got the tape for free, so I'm thinking to myself, well, I don't want to spend $50 on this piece of shit. But maybe he's willing to negotiate. So I messaged him. I said, hey, man, I have a tape. I don't have a box for it. And I mean, you have that box, but let's be honest. That thing is pretty damn rough. You know what I mean? And I was like, would you sell it to me for $20?
20 from 50?
Okay. Well,
Chris Roberts, man.
Hold on now. So he replied back and he goes, well, I appreciate that. And he was like, how about 35? And then I thought about it and I kept trying to talk myself into it. I'm like, $35, it'll be complete. And then if I ever do find another copy, like I could probably sell this like this for like $90 or, you just place it off the market. Whatever the high market is, you just go down a little lower, I thought about it, I'm like, $35 for that. I was like, you know what? I'm going to give him one more go. I'm like, I sent him a thing. I was like, man, I was like, dude, I don't know. That's in really bad shape. And I was like, I don't know. The best I can do is 25. And if you can't do that, I totally understand. And yeah, he took it. So if you're listening out there, bud, I appreciate it, man. And I would have done 35. So
Contrast
just so you know,
that to my story where I get nothing.
Yeah, he got right back to me, and I don't know, man. Like, there's like a little charm to these cut boxes. Now, granted, I would rather it not be cut, but the fact that I don't know, someone used to grab this little box, take it home, record their stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I
There's a
like the
charm
look
to
of
it.
it.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely has an 80s vibe, 100%. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And it's not one of those crappy generic clear ones. Like they're okay for what they are, but you saw them a lot. Like this has got some, it's a black box.
I prefer
But
that.
dude, that sticker, dude. Look
Yeah.
at that. I mean, that like really honestly, that sticker alone was worth another $5 as far as I'm concerned. And look, and this is even a branded case too. Look at this. It's a protect asset. Like, that's pretty cool. Look at that, man. Look at that, dude. It's made in Canada.
Well, then it is quality, at least. You know
Well,
that.
All right, fair enough. It is though.
Chris Roberts. This is in such terrible shape. I don't even know why I'm asking to buy it off you. Like,
right.
I should be put in a mental asylum. It's so terrible. Would you take 25?
Right. And he took it too. I was like, all right, man. Now we're talking.
Well, thank you, Gala, for giving Chris Roberts.
No, Gala. I mean, she's so awesome,
amazing.
dude. She. I'm telling you, man. And I'm not just saying this because, she's one of my really close dear friends now. But I think she's just a really cool person. She has just like a persona, man. When she's walking around, like she's just like she lights up a room, dude. She's awesome.
I am so happy. I'm very happy that I was able to introduce you to that podcast and discover.
Yeah, right.
Discover the gem that it is.
You're gonna get your words when you get the thing I'm gonna send you. So,
yeah, Gala, please, you can just go around Chris Roberts next time. You don't worry about him. Just look directly for my name and send anything that way. But speaking of that, the latest episode coming up, I just finished their first movie. The Last Run with George C. Scott. Holy mackerel. That's a goodie. I
need to watch that. And I'm glad to hear that. But you know what? They haven't put on anything that I haven't liked. So he's got me and his tastes really link up. And Roger, as far as I'm concerned, they're all pretty good guys. You know what they're talking about.
Like anyone who's like kind of bored with their selections nowadays and what's out there and like seeing the latest Fast and Furious on the horizon.
Right.
Look at these movies they're showing us because they made like 1,000 movies a year. There's no chance you saw all the good ones, but they are showing you, check this one out. Check this one out. You might like this one. And this George C. Scott one, car chase, old school, in Europe. Everything is good about it. And that George C. Scott, man. He was in a Canadian horror movie called The Changeling.
Yeah.
Do you have that?
I do have that.
What a performance in that movie. Like that should be on that podcast too, but they probably have a little bit too much George C. Scott going on.
Yeah, and they do a good job of mixing it up too. Like it's not a lot of stuff. But I mean, I dig his I don't know. I like these like it's like a movie like this, you know what I mean? Like they're not going to make movies like this no more. You know what I mean? Like these crazy, futuristic, Mad Max vibe stuff. You know,
yeah.
Or,
Thank you for showing another Canadian director on this.
Well, hey, it's a good movie, man. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I love the podcast. I like it, and you know what? Roger has like a top 5 laugh, dude. Am I wrong? Like, oh, what happened? What'd you do, Bill?
I didn't. My hands are up here.
What did you do, Bill? You're just trying to take the director's seat. That's all right. You can sit over there.
I did not touch a thing. You're kicking your cable around there,
and that made the thing switch around.
Yeah. Okay. No, it is. You're right. Everything. They're great, and this that George C. Scott movie, you can find excellent copy on YouTube. So there's no need to wait around on that. Go check that out. The Last Run.
You know what? And some of the movies I have kind of just streamed them because it's a little more convenient. Even though I had the tape, and I appreciate watching it on tape, but sometimes you just kind of want like to relax on your main couch and watch it on the big screen.
Yeah, and see. the widescreen
The
version
whole,
of it.
yeah, the whole thing, right? Exactly.
There's one shot in this last run where if it was pan and scan, you would have totally missed this whole character's introduction because he would have totally been off the screen in this one shot in the cafe. I was watching it going, I wonder what that looked like on the VHS because that guy probably didn't make it.
Well, I'm definitely making a trip down to the Beverly because I want to watch
Oh man,
a movie in his theater, and
yeah.
our main plan is to try to catch something during spring break, which is at the beginning of April. For dude, you're already on that side, Bill. You don't have to keep messing with it. Yeah, but at the beginning of April, we plan on going down there because I just think it'd be a lot of fun.
God, yeah. If only you'd invite me.
Well, you invited. Come on down. Jump on a plane.
Oh, I got to do that.
Open invitation, Bill. You can fly or drive. Up to you, man.
Fly or drive. Okay. You got any more you want to show, or you want to give me a shot?
Go for it. Let's see something.
I don't have much, but
then
I do got goodies. First of all, a little adjacent. Might as well get these Blu-rays out of the way because I went to our only physical media movie store in town last night, and they had a little bit of a sale on. So I found this Inherent Vice on Blu-ray. They had $11 on it. Inherent Vice on Blu-ray. I actually haven't seen it before, even though I'm a big P.T. Anderson fan myself. For $11, I'm like, even if it's the worst thing ever, it's $10. Of course, it rang up as 30.
What?
Yeah. And we had to have a little discussion about that. And also on the sale rack was this copy of Phantasm on Blu-ray.
I dig that series. I don't think those movies are the best, but they're interesting to watch.
Again, it was like $11 or $14, something really cheap. And then
that's a movie that's ripe for a good remake. The Phantasm
I haven't seen
series.
It. This is a blind buy for me. So
okay.
And finally, I've been waiting for this to come down in price a little bit.
Nice.
It was on sale. They had a steelbook version as well. The steelbook had the picture of the dog on it, Brandy.
Yeah.
But it was double the price for the steelbook. It's like, Jesus. And I don't know why, but no Atmos on any of these 4Ks of the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But as I've been saying for a long time, absolutely splendid movie. Gets like a monthly watch from me. And in 4K with the full sound, even though it's not Atmos, is pretty good. And I am reading the novelization of it he put out. Can't recommend that enough too. You actually get the background story of Brandy the dog, which is interesting. And more on Cliff. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the very first time I watched it, I was almost actually in Hollywood at my good friend Curtis's house.
Nice.
Watched it. Yeah.
Nice.
Almost in Hollywood, man. I mean, he's like a few blocks away, sort of.
Well, you had no excuse not to go to the Beverly then.
Well, they weren't showing it, but yeah, you're right. I really have had no excuse why I haven't got there already.
To see anything there.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to look at the schedule.
Some tapes here, and these, I'm stuck with the thrift store at this point. These estate sales that Chris Roberts experiences, that just doesn't happen in Canada. Not even close. It always goes to liquidators. It goes to auction houses. Everything gets picked over and out of reach immediately. So when there's no yard sales in the winter, we're stuck with a damn thrift store. But I did find a couple things. I'm always collecting the Chuck Norris, Chuck Bronson, Chuck Heston. Give me the Chucks, right? And I remember seeing this in the video store. You might be the
only one who's ever called him Chuck Heston.
I call him Chuck Heston. You kidding me? I remember seeing this in the video store as a kid all the time and always thinking it looks awesome. Never ended up renting it, but man, how great of a cover is that for Firewalker?
Yeah.
On Canon
tape. Yeah.
Here, let me make myself bigger since Chris Roberts.
Oh, my bad.
Passive aggressive there.
Hey, well.
Like I said, it's on Canon. I love that cover. There's the tape. Heavy tape.
Nice. Yeah, that's the first print. I mean, you could tell that top flap and
that's
you got the end label and everything. That's good.
What else? Found, The Abyss.
Yeah.
The Abyss.
New release.
What is going on my computer? Yeah, new release. Actually, this was on a different tape, but it's like a bonus if you find this on.
Oh yeah,
on
you swap them around, man. You know what I mean?
It's a nice free bonus.
Oh yeah.
Gets the tape. There's some news on the, fans of The Abyss and James Cameron movies know that he's not big on 4King up his movies or Blu-ray for that matter, right? I don't think there's a Blu-ray of this. So this year, finally, he's saying, actually this month it's supposed to be a 4K edition of The Abyss, as well as True Lies is getting 4K. So that's interesting. I got a couple television related tapes, around television. Can you think of any off the top of your head that are based around like television news?
Oh, you mean like network?
Yeah, but not network. That'd be too easy.
Well, right, but that's what you mean by television. Let me see. Broadcast news, isn't that one too? Is that a tape? Yeah.
There's no stumping this guy. Broadcast news.
Yeah.
CBS Fox tape.
That's pretty cool.
And we have a nice little store sticker here.
Yeah, it's not coming in well, but
there it comes.
Oh, there you go. Dimension. No, cool.
Yep. They could have, with a name like Dimension, you think you'd do like a black hole or something.
Yeah. CBS.
Yeah. Broadcast news. I don't think you'll get this one, but here's some tagline trivia to try and stump Chris Roberts. He already knows it's about TV stations.
Yeah.
Her fiance won't give in. Her ex just won't give up. Film at 11.
Fiance won't give in. Ex won't give up. Film at 11. So it's another news one.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I can't think of any titles.
Yeah. I didn't know this one.
Go ahead. I don't think
looks pretty cool though. Switching channels with Burt Reynolds and Christopher Reeve.
I've never seen that, but I would have bought that.
Yeah, Kathleen Turner.
Cool. Yeah, I didn't even know about that. That's pretty cool. Got a big TV on the front.
Yeah. It's just
goodbye. Let me see how that turns out. Switching channels.
Switching channels. You can't go wrong with Burt Reynolds, right?
I'll get you on the flip right here. Don't worry. I'm paying attention now.
Who? What are you talking about?
This. You've been doing it all on your own. And
no, I'm used to that. It's fine.
Someone can produce you here.
You want me to keep going? Do you want me to keep going?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I do have somebody on deck too, just so you know.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But, I mean, not to hurry you. I'm just letting you know.
Tagline trivia. Another, because I love stumping Chris Roberts.
You don't ever bring up all the ones I got right. I was on a hell of a run. And this guy, he's like, man, he's doing too good. Let me find a movie no one's ever heard of.
I was super impressed with this, dude. I gave you props on that. That was good. A secret cave, an ancient treasure, a gang of killers. Sometimes even dad needs a hand or two.
Secret cave, bunch of treasures. So it's probably a dad and a kid story, I guess, right?
And it's in a clamshell.
Secret cave.
This is something else.
Somehow that's familiar, man, but
really?
I don't know why.
Let's forget the game here. It's Double Blast.
Oh my god.
Look at that.
That could have been a porn name.
You could make me big here so people can see.
Oh, yeah. Okay, look. Here, you can go all the way there.
Is that not look cheesy or what? But
Double Blast. God, did I actually see that crap? That looks familiar somehow.
Six-time world champion Dale Apollo Cook.
No.
Would that have helped you?
No, that would have made it worse. I wouldn't have known where to go with that. I don't think I've ever even heard of that guy.
Not much tape on there.
No. That's pretty crappy.
God, I couldn't help it. It looks so cheesy.
No, I mean that'd probably be a good laugh. You might get some clips.
That's true. Yeah. I might as well finish myself off if you don't mind, right?
Oh yeah, go ahead. I mean, as you normally do. Dude, I got that same tape. I got the big box though.
Why did I pick this up? Surely there's great copies of MASH out there, but what does Chris Roberts teach us about?
Well,
tapes?
I mean, that's a very desired run of those CBS Fox with those little hi-fi banners on the bottom there. But I actually damn it, it's not within arm's reach. I have it's in the other room. Let me see if I can get it brought in here. I got the wide box. It's the same deal, but it's a wider box. It's kind of cool.
Easy access here, both ends.
Yeah. Hold on one sec.
Yeah, I'd like to see what how yours compares. CBS Fox tape. I don't think this is a Canadian, because you don't like seeing Canadian tapes on here. I don't think this is Canadian either. But I love the MASH, the movie, Pros from Dover, golfing there. First feature movie to have the F word. Look me up on that. I think I'm right. First F word in a major motion picture on MASH during the football game. I picked this up. I wasn't sure if I needed it. I know I already have it, but it might have been an upgrade, so I grabbed another copy of Over the Top. It's just a great cover. God damn it, that's a good cover. Oh, Over the Top with easy access to its sticker. That makes it better.
You better get some glue for that, Bill.
This is a Canadian tape. It's got the
yeah, but is there a MASH in it? Is there a MASH in it?
Over the Top is really a G-rated movie?
It was then.
There's not one swear? It's so weird in Canada because we're so cool. We'll give it a G, but you Americans insist on it being a PG. Because you're so...
Yeah. Well, we cared more about...
You know how you are.
We like our children.
And finally, you ready for the last one, I think?
Yeah, go ahead. Is it not in there? I think I just put someone on a wild goose chase here.
I can't do a tagline. Everything gives it away because it's that important of a tape.
Is there a MASH in there? No. Damn it. I thought for sure it was in there.
He's the greatest co-host of video podcasting there is.
All right. I guess I won't be able to show my... Oh, it's a Captain Blood. No, it's in a...
I'll take Captain Blood.
Let me see that Captain Blood real quick. I might as well show it, I guess, since it's in here. Yeah, but it's like this, Bill. Let's just pretend this says MASH here. Here, let me swap us around here. All right. So you see how it's kind of wider than a normal tape?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, these are kind of a pain in the ass, to be honest, but they are pretty cool. And, like, they got these little trays that come out.
I got one of those, too.
And then you take the... Well, you got a different kind of deal. This one, the tray slides out the side. This is they call this a side loader, Bill.
I don't think I've ever seen one of those up here.
All right.
Where it slides out?
Yeah. I'm so choked. Oh, okay, here we go. So then the tape has a little hole in the back, so you can push it out like this, and bloop, and then it comes out. And this little tray slides back in. See that?
Mm.
I really think this is a very cool design, but in all honesty, it really is. You don't need it. I mean, this is just so much simpler just to pop a tape out the bottom and just be on with your life. You know what I mean? And these probably got smashed up and jacked up so much. It doesn't even matter. Look, he's giving me the me treatment. Look at him. He's not even looking. It's all right, Bill. I wasn't trying to ignore you. I was trying to find my MASH tape without.
I'm actually listening.
Oh, I was listening. I heard everything you said with your over the top and G.
No, we're talking about this Michael Jackson super rare tape right now.
All right. We'll go back to it. Go ahead. Let's see your super rare tape. I have that tape, the Moonwalker. That's a good one.
Yeah. This thing, and again, this did not get Blu-ray or DVD, if I am correct. It did in Europe, but not in North America due to some.
I don't think so. Yeah, probably. It might have to do with something else too. Who knows?
Yeah. So lots of stuff on there. I guess even the Blu-ray that Europe did get still didn't have everything that's on this tape. So good tape to have if you're a Michael Jackson fan, I guess. It was super rare for me to find this on the shelf, so I grabbed it for sure.
You know what? It is interesting, though, that popped up, because that seems like something like just like a noob would grab, like anybody. You know what I mean? Like, there's people who think they're all excited when they find E.T. and they think it's rare. And it's like, dude, that's one of the most common tapes ever. But, you know, or like the Disney tape people with their black diamond on the side. And they you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready,
double
Duke,
blast up here.
Sorry, hold on, don't step on me. Duke, whenever you're ready, go ahead and click that link there. Spoiler alert, is Duke.
Yay!
Yeah.
My pal Duke.
Well, have you ever been to your pal's house?
In my when I go to sleep and dream about it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Anyway, you like the UFOs, Bill?
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
So look at this one. With your boy, your BOI boy, Leonard Nimoy was the. Yeah, it was narrated by Leonard Nimoy here. This is when he was probably going through some hard times, and he just kind of what was that one, In Search Of? He did. I used to love that show. So after that, he probably did every UFO weird thing ever, and I don't know, it's some weird tape. There's Leonard.
Yeah, that's cool.
But and then there's this one. It was from the same person. So this one, okay, that I thought it was sealed for some reason. It's not sealed. Okay, that's good, because now I can watch it. This one isn't sealed either. All right, so they did watch them. I think there's a third one around here that it was sealed. But anyway, here's UFO, The Hidden Truth. You're going to find out everything you need to know on a VHS tape.
I don't know.
I don't know. This has to be late 80s. You know, they're piggybacking on tell me what that reminds you of. Just what does that remind you of? That font and that alien.
X-Files?
Yeah, the truth is out there. You know what I mean? Come on, dude.
Yeah.
They're trying to get in on some Mulder action. I did find this at a thrift store. I've never heard of this movie, but it had some cool stuff about it. And this is probably one of those Disney movies that are kind of hard to find. And it's Tex, starring Matt Dillon. It's a drama.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And it's Disney Home Video. Now, see, these are kind of a little more desired Disney tapes when they look like this. When they have these oversized labels. For whatever reason, Disney put out the worst labels in their first run of Disney tapes.
Yeah.
And that's kind of cool. If not rewound.
Ooh, 50 cents.
50 cents. Yeah, they're going to get you. But, yeah, have you ever seen this movie, Tex? Look,
no.
Like a little motorcycle action going on in the back. Little cowgirl. Oh, no, that's a cowboy. Okay.
No, but, you know, he is a veteran of the Video Archives podcast, appeared in Little Darlings.
Well, maybe they'll do Tex next, and I'll be ahead of the game here.
That'd be great.
I am ahead of the game on one tape, even though they haven't announced it yet, and I can't mention it because I'm sworn to secrecy, I think.
Oh,
I don't know if I was sworn.
No one's watching.
I don't think I was sworn, but I'm going to just assume I was sworn to secrecy. And man, I got the only one that was on eBay. I just snagged it right up.
Thanks for the heads up.
I did give you the heads up, so quit trying to fucking act like I didn't.
Hey, easy. You got Duke in the tray down there.
Oh, sorry, Duke. Well, Duke. Oh, okay. He's ready to go. All right. Let's just put him on real quick before I go on to anything else. Big Duke, what's up, buddy?
On?
Nothing,
Dude,
man.
You know,
the newest Instagram star, Duke Retro Nonsense.
Yeah. I'm fumbling around with it. It's
good.
pretty pathetic, but hey, whatever.
Don't you love to have something else you have to deal with?
You know, it's I'm finding it very confusing and frustrating. I'm doing my best. I'm getting some guidance from the professional Chris Roberts with what the last video I made.
It well for me.
Yeah, I just did it on my iPhone, like on my own editing, and just threw it up because I couldn't. The editing software is very cumbersome to me. But
Duke,
anyway.
do you understand why, like, you have posts, but you also have stories?
I don't.
Like,
no.
Why? Why do I have to do 2 threads of the same thing?
Because there are, okay, I'll give you here you go. Let me give you the quick answer. All right. This is the answer. Okay. The reason you also do a story is some people only watch stories, or because of the algorithm, depending on which timeline they're looking at, because you can default to a following timeline and get your who you're following in a chronological order, but it defaults to their For You page, where it doesn't put everything chronological. So if you're in the non-chronological order, you're going to see what gets the most action. You understand? So if you go in the chronological order, you will go through. But again, depending on how many people you follow, if you follow 1,000 people, you're probably not going to see everything they post. So the story is kind of like a shortcut to you. Plus, some people put, like me, I put things in my stories that I would never make a post about. So there you go.
Yeah, but isn't it like temporary? Doesn't it like disappear or something?
And that's kind of the point of it. It's just like a 24-hour thing. So maybe you find something that is just, it's not post worthy, but you want to share it with people. And I know I see the little thing on your eyes. I saw your confusion, but there is a difference.
I thought the story was just a different kind of post. It's still
a permanent post worthy.
Oh, okay.
See, there's a post. No, it's not a post. There's a post, there's a reel, and there's a story. Stories are temporary.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it.
Yeah, you say that, but then you didn't listen to the whole explanation. The point is, you would get buried. Not everybody uses stories. Not everybody uses stories, so you're in a smaller filter. And stories are quicker to go through. If you want to skip someone, you can swipe all the way past them. Whereas I don't know. It's just you can get to the next person.
Is it still the minute 30 limitation?
No, you could put it used to be like 15 seconds or 30 seconds, but now it'll just link them all together. But I think there's still a minute and a half total. So if you did a minute and a half, it would put it into 3 stories, but now they're all blended. They used to break them into like sections. Like it doesn't matter when you're watching it still connects the same.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you for that.
Go ahead. Anyway, what you got? You're doing great, dude. And as far as you, Bill, what are you complaining about? I've been seeing your production lately. It's looking good.
Oh, thank you. Well, you challenged me, and I've been trying to keep up to the one-a-day challenge.
That last one you did, or last one I saw that you did, what was it? You were like tapping your fingers, and you put a VHS tape in, had some like transitions that were kind of slick.
Rocketeer.
What did you put? That's what it was. Yeah, Rocketeer. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Well, the little promo for our podcast today looked pretty cool. I like that. You must have worked on that a few days ago, huh?
That was a month of work.
Oh, really?
Slaving away. Months and months.
You want to talk about slaving away, dude? I was almost close to 2,200 edits on that damn video, and I am not lying.
Yeah, that's what we should congratulate Chris on that. His Mario Day.
That was a lot. And you know what? Granted, I didn't expect, because it is a little my audience is kind of split now. Like I would say probably about 10,000 of the 40-something thousand know me for video games. And there's probably a huge chunk that knows me for commercials, and then there's a chunk that knows me for VHS tapes and other shit. So
right,
I'm probably confusing the shit out of people on a daily basis now, because I haven't been very consistent. I'm all over the place. But that was a video I wanted to do for years, and I knew how I wanted it to do it, and I love that damn song, that remix song. Like that seemed to work perfect with it. Yeah, that was pretty good.
That's cool. Yeah.
Anyway,
really cool.
Enough about me. Let's what you got there, bud?
I just grabbed a couple of my latest pickups. Most of which, for me, I pick up most of these at Goodwills, because I don't. There are a few like antique shops and retro shops. I don't frequent those as much. Goodwills are more plentiful and easier to get to, so I'll pop into those and grab VHS tapes that I see that I don't have that are interesting. But so this stack here is mostly my most recent ones from Goodwill. I'm going to start with this. So I've been finding some cool like special editions. So this I didn't have this Terminator tape. This is the limited edition, which I don't know exactly what. Unfortunately, the back is roached. So
holy.
But man, for $1 from Goodwill, I still wanted it. And the tape inside is in good shape. I'll show that as well.
No mold.
Yeah, no mold, exactly. There's even the little offer still in there. That always kind of fun to find those as well. Little bonus. But hey, I can still watch it. The cover's not great, but now I have the special edition Terminator or limited edition, I should say. But I can't read what the limited edition content is because, it's all ripped up. So I'm not sure what it's probably like a making of, is my guess, or something like that, which is usually what you say. Then I found this really cool Wizard of Oz 50th anniversary. It's got a
little gatefold
with a little booklet in there. And who doesn't want to have this in their collection? So let's see here. There's the tape right there. Got some yellowing on the wheels there.
Ooh, yeah.
Which, you don't see that too often, or I don't see it too often.
I like the label with the screenshot on there.
That's a cool.
Yeah, it is. Looks like somebody wrote with pen that it's PG. You guys see that? I'm not sure why maybe it was just
it wasn't PG though. That's so stupid.
It was G. It was
G. They didn't even have PG back then.
So this is a really cool find, I thought, to have this. I don't know how common this is, but I think that's pretty cool. This, gatefold with a little booklet in there, and has some content in there. So that's pretty cool. Another special edition find. I found the letterbox edition of Highlander. Not a huge fan of this series, but I saw it as a kid. This is the director's cut, 10th anniversary director's cut. So I'm not sure what the differences are. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the director's cut of this film, but never before seen footage, new state-of-the-art digital widescreen transfer supervised by the producers, remastered Dolby surround sound, original theatrical trailer, special collector's edition package. So there you go.
Wowzers. Cool. Surround sound
from VHS era.
Interesting enough, like all three of those are kind of like later edition of those tapes.
Mm-hmm.
So you probably got the highest quality of, other than like SVHS or whatever of the VHS, like the remaster. They probably put a lot into those. The fact that the ones in widescreen, I mean, you don't come across those.
No.
A lot.
Mm-hmm.
I just picked up this one like a couple days ago, but
Airplane
love it.
So I love this series.
Yeah,
it's funny stuff. Lots of political incorrectness and stuff like that. Inappropriate stuff that's kind of fun to see in a movie. But so yeah, I haven't watched this yet. But I don't remember the sequel as much as I do the original. But I'm looking at the pictures. Yeah, I do remember it. I remember the Grim Reaper and stuff like that. And I definitely remember the William Shatner scene. That's classic. That's a good scene there. But so that's
go to space in that.
Yeah. So this was given to me by my sister. I showed this on Twitter, but my sister, excuse me, let's zoom
in a little bit on that, Duke.
I went to see her for Christmas, and she said she had a bunch of VHS tapes if I'm interested. So this is the only one that she had that I was interested in. The rest were kind of just stuff I didn't want. But so this is the making of the Coming Out of Their Shells tour. So
it's got some fun stuff on it too.
Does it?
Yeah. And there's another one that's a Vanilla Ice one, and that one's really cool too. It has like the worst. It's like the making of the Vanilla Ice.
Oh man, I can
turtles,
imagine.
And it's just he's sitting there trying to do this interview where it's just like, yeah, if there's one thing people know about me is, vanilla is nice for the, good for the kids. And then next thing you know, he's like doing these hip thrusts. And I'm just like, was someone joking around when they edited that?
I brought this up on our podcast where we mentioned this, Chris, but did you guys ever see that Oprah segment with the turtles from the tour? It is the most awkward, uncomfortable, bizarre thing you've ever seen. I put some audio clips in our podcast when we talked about it, but man, it is really hard to watch. the kids are asking questions and they're trying to crack jokes and nobody knows what's going on. Oprah's all confused. There's all these awkward pauses. It's so funny. You guys got to check it out if you haven't seen it. But that's really all I had. Last but not least, I'm going to bring this one up because, we just talked about this. I wanted to ask Bill how did Chris and I do rom-coms justice on our last podcast? Did you listen to it, Bill? I think you said you did.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
How did we do, in your opinion? Did we speak truthfully, or did you agree with our assessment of those three films?
Yeah,
surprised at all about some of our takes?
I was really scared, of course, that you would go in and vox these titles up immediately, But you admitting that When Harry Met Sally was good, was so good. I was really scared, but you said it was great. And it's been a while since I got to watch that movie again. But I've seen a couple of screen grabs when I listening to you guys and it coming up in the feed, and Meg Ryan in that movie. Oh my God. Yep. Whoa. In the final New Year's Eve where she's all done up with the makeup in there. Holy crap.
Good stuff.
I definitely fell in. Now, I was a little upset about the Tom Hanks Meg Ryan movie pick because it was the movie that I was not leaning towards that you guys should pick. I don't even remember.
Well, I made it a vote. So, and then
I don't even remember that movie.
Yeah, it was. I just picked three that I remember kind of being talked about a lot. Obviously, When Harry Met Sally was already a given, and obviously, Pretty Woman, because that's one I really like, was a given. So I just wanted to get three of them, and I was thinking like You Got Mail, Sleepless in Seattle, and then the other one I think was Notting Hill, or I don't know. I can't even remember what the other one was.
Yeah.
And I was just picking out three random ones, but I did leave it to others. So if someone would have chose another one and a bunch of people echoed that, I would have went with the other. But I was just,
yeah.
Well, there's so many. My best friend's wedding, and there's just so many. So what are you gonna do?
Be quite honest, talking about Sleepless in Seattle was probably the highlight of the podcast because we're bashing on it so aggressively.
I couldn't believe I didn't like it as much as I didn't like it. I felt very bored. I felt I was not into it at all. Whereas I went in thinking I wasn't going to really care for When Harry Met Sally. I felt like I would probably get something out of it, but I'm not a Crystal fan. And I thought for sure, I was like, this might be the one where I agree with Duke. And ironically, I did, but just in the way I did. I thought we were both going to bash it. So,
yeah. That showed how well that movie was crafted, how you hated him in the beginning, as we should as the audience. Yeah. And then you grow to love him, as we should. But the bigger story is one that we still need to explore. These movies are, equal or leaning on the male side of things from a male perspective. What if we try to watch movies from the female perspective? Because I think that's where I'd fall into like the original Duke. I'm not interested in anything.
I know that was interesting. So me and Bill had talked about it, and he heard my point where I was telling you, I think the rom-coms that you would lean towards, it seemed like the ones you did like were male perspective ones. And Bill had this epiphany, and he had to admit to me, he's like, I think I'm the same way. He didn't know that until it kind of
with the ladies movies, like you said, Best Friend's Wedding, I would stay away from that. Hope Floats, I get away from that.
My Big Fat Greek Wedding, I think, is probably all woman's perspective. I've never seen it, but I imagine.
I think Sleepless falls into that category. I think that's pandering to women. It's all the sappy, this poor guy's got he's a widower with a kid. That's nothing I'm interested in. That's something that's geared towards the woman's angle. So I think that, and besides all that, it was just a terrible movie, as far as the writing and directing and everything else.
So the Q-Dog had mentioned that it was supposed to be fantastical, and we were supposed to know that because of all the references towards An Affair to Remember. And to that, I would say I disagree. I don't think we were supposed to think this was a fantasy thing. I think it was supposed to be some love story we were supposed to be buying into, and I completely did not buy into it. But I'm glad they like it because,
me too.
That's great. I mean, hey, if they like it, cool. I'm not trying to
back to what Bill's point about the movies from a male angle. Chris and I discussed this, I think, on our last podcast as well, in that I think that's true to a degree, but I discovered, I think, while I was watching these three movies, that more so for me, the rom-coms, as I discovered they're considered, that I was more attracted to, for example, Something About Mary and Groundhog Day and Saving Silverman and other such movies. I think it's because, to me, those were comedies first. I think of those as comedies, not rom-coms. I think of those as comedies. A movie like Sleepless in Seattle, or the three that we watched, they're more definitely in the rom-com, I think, category. But I think, of course, this is all, subjective, and it's everybody's opinion will differ. But I always thought of those films as comedies. Like Groundhog Day, it's a comedy to me. Of course, there's romance in it, but I don't think of that as a rom-com. Some will argue it is, because
I know what you're. I hear what you're saying. You think of it as a comedy first.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Well, because like the comedy in, like, even When Harry Met Sally is more subtle. It's not like slapping your knee laughing out loud. Whereas
there's different styles of comedy.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't an Eddie Murphy movie. I mean,
right.
This
so
was,
that's maybe the difference for me, is that they're not as funny. So now what's left is just a love story, and I'm like, well, I'd rather watch something else, essentially. So.
I hear you.
Well, most importantly, did we move Duke forward into, if he's scrolling around and he sees Notting Hill, does he just keep going because it's dismissed, or will he actually try it now that he's had this epiphany?
Well, as you guys know and have seen, I am willing to try a movie like When Harry Met Sally in a situation like this, where, hey, let's do it for a podcast and discuss it. And I had a lot of fun with it. I'm glad that I did. But I will not pick a movie like that when you guys know me. I mean, it's got to have some action, some lasers, some robots. I like that kind of stuff more. And I'm not, I don't have I don't want to diminish my appreciation for good writing and art and acting, because I do appreciate that in a drama. But I think it's probably because my lifestyle and time is so limited. I don't have time to watch this wide variety of films. So when I do have time to watch something, it's going to be something I really, really want to watch. Maybe in a different chapter of life later in the future, I'll give these types of movies a better opportunity. But I think that there are opportunities to be had through podcasts in our community, when we, have little gimmicks like this, where we'll watch a set of movies together and discuss. And I had a lot of fun with that. So I hope that, yes, I do have an opportunity to open my mind a little bit and watch films that I typically wouldn't watch, to see if I like them or not. So,
if forced into it.
If forced into it.
Do you want to mention, or should I show what we're gonna watch coming up? All right, we picked two movies to watch for the next podcast, and one we both have watched, and the other one Duke hasn't seen, and I've only watched once, and I kind of feel like I gotta watch it again. So the one we have both seen and watched before, or and well, I guess I should have said that, but whatever. Is Ex Machina. So have you ever seen this, Bill?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Don't elaborate any. And then the other one is AI.
Spielberg and Kubrick, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
It's a weird kind of history, or I'm going to dive into the history of that film for the podcast, but it's got some, troubled production, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And so it's going to be fun to kind of watch that film and compare it to another film that has a similar kind of story about AI. There's a lot going on in real life with AI right now, with all this deep fakes and voices, and it's really getting off-putting to me. So it'd kind of be fun to talk about that in our real life as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
And then we're going to follow it up with Vanilla Ice Ninja Rap.
Yeah.
The video single. Look at this, Bill, since you're not going to do it here.
Since I'm not.
Here,
you should send that to Duke so he has a companion.
No, he should send me his. No, I actually have it. But, yeah.
That's got to be total cringe, as the kids would say.
Well, I did a short video on it. So if you look at, I can send you which one I did. That shows a little bit of it. It is awful. It's terrible.
It's got to be.
Yeah,
he had his 5 minutes of fame, and everything he did was cringy. So,
well, he made a lot of money, so good for him.
He did.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's all I had. So I appreciate you guys inviting me on.
All right. Well, thanks for stopping by.
No problem.
Yeah, it's a pleasure talking to you as always.
Yep. All right. I'll watch on the back end now. Thanks.
Right on. All right. Well, what do we got left here? About 15 minutes? Here, I'll do a little lightning round here. I found 2 tapes at the thrift store that were sealed. And I'm not a huge sealed collector, but I do like flipping them when they got a few bucks, when they're worth a few. And one's X-Men, still sealed. And look, it still even has the little security device on it.
Yeah.
It's about a $20 tape. I mean, it's not big money or anything.
Really?
Yeah.
For you, like I could never sell that for 20. It would just sit there. But
well, I could just say there were some completed sales for $20. Will this sell? I don't know. I'll find out. But there were some. So we'll see.
Could. I couldn't. I'm saying as a Canadian with our shipping rates, we have no chance.
No, you couldn't. You would have to sell it for like $1 and it would be $19 shipping.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is kind of a drag. And this one, God, I wish this was the the right version of it, but I just thought this was kind of cool. I was surprised to see it, and The Omen, but it's this 20th century selections, their little greatest hits.
Yeah.
Man, if this was the right one, like the kind you showed earlier with the little banner, oh boy, that would have been $100 tape. You know what I mean?
See, I would think you would lecture me for grabbing that.
Oh no. I would lecture you for not grabbing it.
No, you would say you shouldn't have got that because that's a selection.
Well, not for your main collection, but to flip for sure, or trade or something.
What's the value on that?
I don't know. I don't think it's much though. I don't think there was any completed sale, so which basically means the value is nothing until I sell it. So, but I might find someone who wants it, and it might be a little trade action. Plus, with you know, a whammy video, a whammy on I say video, whammy on analog. That's where we had the tape swap at. Here we can go back to 2-player. That's where we had the tape swap at, and those guys are awesome. And I plan on going to all of them, so I will need tapes. So things like that might make it to whammy, and we can do a good old fashioned tape trading. So, we can trade cash.
And with the amount of cachet your name is bringing to VHS tapes, you should be signing these by now.
Did I tell you? Now this is I probably shouldn't even tell this. It's so awkward, but so I'm sitting there at the booth, right? And you know, I'm selling tapes and I'm, you know, talking to people, and this guy is kind of like sheepishly in the back, and he kind of makes his way towards me, and he's like, "Hey, my friend is a huge fan. I think he's your #1 fan." And I'm just like, oh man, dude, don't say that. You know what I mean? And he's like, do you mind? I thought he was going to want me to sign. Well, first he asked if I had any stickers left. And I said, actually, I think I have a couple. So I gave him 2 stickers of one of each, you know, one of like the Mario sticker and one of the CWR logo. And he goes, now, do you mind? And I thought he was going to say like to sign something or take a picture or something like that. Because he broke his phone out. I thought he was going to want me to take a picture. And I was like, oh man, like, I was feeling pretty sweaty and everything. I was like, yeah, it's fine. You know, what do I care? You know,
wow, turning down fans for.
I didn't turn down nobody, but I was just thinking to myself, it's like, oh man, okay. And he goes, do you mind like giving him a video message? I did a cameo, Bill.
Yeah.
I mean, for free, but I'm like, dude. And so the guy, he must have overnighted those stickers to his friend because his friend was in Philadelphia. And I mean, he got back to me like 2 days later, and he had put the stickers like in card protectors, you know, and he's like, hey, I got the stickers. And I'm like, yeah, that's awesome, dude. Thanks, man. I was like, I appreciate the support. And, you know, I mean, in all honesty, it is very flattering. You know what I mean? And
oh my God. That guy, if he wants to message us here, our emails somewhere, and I can cut him a good deal to talk to Chris for a reasonable price.
I thought you were going to ask him to send you the video, because that video's got to be the worst video ever.
I'd love the video, but yeah. I'll be Chris's agent here,
sir. If you put that, if you send the video to Bill, that'd be the last video of mine. You have to make another account. Yeah. So So I told him, I was like, I said, well, I'm glad you like the stickers. And what was probably the world's worst cameo video ever. He goes, no, it was really cool. And I was like, dude, man, it was so hot. Like I felt like a fucking wreck. I was like, just do me a favor. Don't post that. He goes, oh, no, I won't. It's cool, man. I was like, all right, thank you, man. Because that would have been embarrassing. But, yeah.
You know what? I will send him a copy of Double Blast. If, you get this.
I'm going to take that link down right now because he might click on it. Yeah.
So, man, that like me just talking to you, like how lucky am I? I only have to pay like a couple $100 a month to talk to you. And I feel very privileged now. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was really nice of his friend to say that, and it was flattering of the guy to like just be that supportive of the page and everything, and I appreciate that. That's cool. Anyway, I did make one really cool trade. Well, actually, I made a couple. I forgot to grab the other tapes, but this is the one that really matters. So, I already had a really nice copy of Halloween 3. On VHS. I mean, it still has the cellophane on it with the watermark on it, which is really cool. Great copy. It's got the right tape that matches the box, because sometimes you got to watch out for that. MCA went through a couple different logos, and later on their logo has like a globe or whatever. But this one's, I think this is probably their second logo, maybe. But anyways, I was really happy with this. I got this at a thrift store a long time ago, and it's got the little barcode here. But there is a superior copy, and it's this one right here. And Matt, if you're watching, I still appreciate the trade. We did a good old-fashioned 3-team trade, Bill. Okay, so Matt, there's two Matts. There's a Matt that owns the store Be Kind Video, and the Los Angeles area. What's the name of that town? I don't know. One of the little LA towns. And he owns that. And there's the other Matt, which was sitting right next to me at our trade event, who brings in tape. So he like has like a little booth within the store, or I don't know, a little section where he brings some stuff in. They got a deal worked out. But he had the first print copy, which has the rainbow logo. So that's referred to as a rainbow logo. Okay. And as you can see, there's no barcode. So the differences here. And there's other little subtle differences. And even the covers have a little bit of difference. I think the better one is probably a little faded. This one, the colors on this one look a little better, but not enough to make a difference. And it's not a perfect copy by no means, but the trade was really excellent. So you can go back to the regular screen. The guy, game store or video store owner, Matt, he's looking for Nintendos, and I happen to have like a huge extra pile of Nintendos. So I was going to bring down a few for him to, I don't know, maybe me and him could do a trade, or he could buy them or whatever. So I was just going to send one of the Nintendos back with Matt, and then Matt could work it out with the other Matt. And it was basically like a to be continued trade. But as I was looking at this sitting on his table, he wanted, I don't know, he said there's a certain price. I don't want to put the price out there in case he offered it to someone else for a different price. But whatever the price was really good. So I was considering buying with cash, but I forgot. So on the way home, I messaged him. I'm saying, hey, if you want, I'd like to get that tape. Oh, no, actually, I told him as I was leaving I wanted it, but I wanted to make sure I didn't already have it because I couldn't remember if I had the first print or not. And he goes, yeah, that's fine. Just let me know when you get home. Well, when I got home, I realized I didn't. So I told him, yeah, I want it, but maybe we could work out a trade. I could trade Matt the Nintendo. Matt can compensate you. You can give me the tape. And those two guys worked it out. So the two Matts got together, figured out their end of it. And so I traded it for a Nintendo, Bill.
I think that all works out to you scamming people for free. I think I follow the thread.
I don't know, man. Game store owner Matt, or video store owner Matt, I'm sure he gets a pretty good price for Nintendos in that market. So I'm sure he did well. And I just hope Tape Matt did okay. I don't know what he got. I didn't ask, but So anyway, that worked out. And the last tape before the unboxing, which I think I even kind of forgot what's in this box, to be honest. But I don't know nothing about this movie other than it's kind of really cool cover. And I kind of caught someone slipping a little bit on the eBay. And I had a little bit of extra cash. And yeah, I got this Video Murders. Look at that. A guy could just pop out right out of his TV and strangle you, Bill. Look at that. Is that awesome or what?
That looks so cheap.
Oh yeah, it's what they call shot on video. So
right.
It's a SOV. Yeah. Oh, it's garbage. I'm sure it's terrible. Look at this. Yeah, look at that. But look at that. It sold for $80, dude.
God. Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
Some Trans World Video or
price slightly higher in Canada.
Wow.
Just one more kick in the balls for us.
Right. You had to pay more for this fucking crap. Look at that. But look at this tape, man. Oh, shit. Here we go. It even has a few little stickers. They put a mystery sticker on it. So I'm not even sure this is a horror movie, to be honest. But I do know it's one of those kind of weird, desired movies in the little tape collectors. This is a shop it came from. Yep, it had a couple shops. Originally, it was Video King. I don't know. Maybe these are the people who sold it to me. I don't really know. But it had a Video King sticker on it. I don't know. I like it. It's pretty cool. I can't say I'm going to pop it in anytime soon, but I feel like I'm so behind on movies I want to watch. I can't really justify popping this in anytime soon, but eventually I will.
Yeah.
You know how it is, Bill. All right, grand finale time. You want to see what's in this box?
That was the Dollar Dorks podcast. If you want to check that out, people. Dollar Dorks podcast.
Yeah.
Good times.
All kinds of podcasts. I mean, technically, me and Derek still do the podcast, but we're just on hiatus.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, we never officially cancel it. So,
by the way, before Chris gets this going, don't forget, if you're watching this for the first time, hit the damn subscribe button, hit the like button, and tell people about Midnight is Flashing, because that's where you're going to get all this VHS content.
And Bill puts a lot of hard work into the channel, way more than I do. So I appreciate you, Bill. Came up with the great name. So anyway, I'm going to open it. I'm not going to be able to show it on. Well, I guess I can. I don't want to cut myself. Let's see, you're supposed to go away from the body, right?
Yeah.
You're supposed to go towards the neck or away from the neck?
Use your neck.
Yeah. All right. That should be enough.
And he's opening the bottom of the box, folks.
Well, I didn't want to show the label. I don't want to dox anybody. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, now I kind of remember. It came from Bootleggins. This is one of the guys I met at the tape swap. Oh, he already gave me one tape. So I got an extra sticker. If anybody wants a Bootleggins sticker, go ahead and comment in the comment section.
That is a cool design.
Yeah, that is really cool. And I love the name Bootleggins. That made me a little salty that I didn't think of it. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great design.
I hate seeing people come up with better logos than
I know. This should be tattooed on your chest, Bill. You know, a little Bootleggins thing. All right, I guess that's all in the box. Oh, okay. This is what now I remember. All right. This is your favorite kind of tape, Bill. What do you think it is? Just make one guess. Your favorite.
Is it one of the Chucks?
No. Your real favorite. You act like you're a big Chuck Norris fan, but what's your real favorite, Bill? It's not your favorite. Spoiler alert, it's not your favorite. This tape isn't in the greatest of shape, but I knew that when I bought it. It's a little fixer-upper. Wow, it's a real
it's wrestling, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Look at that. The suit. Look at the boss man. Almost one of his nipples are almost showing. Look, he's a little sexy. Now, this one you can tell this is the baby face boss man. Because if this was the heel boss man, he wouldn't be showing his sexy body like that. Look at him. All right.
Yeah.
You got the boss man. Look, there's the Road Warriors. There's
cooking tips.
Well, of course. You're going to get cooking tips from the Bushwhackers. You know, the Bushwhackers are going to give you the best cooking tips. And here's a little breakdown of some of the other stuff. Look at that Undertaker, boy. That was a scary-ass dude, man.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't look 100 years old there.
Look at Bobby Heenan, the greatest manager of all time, right there, Bobby Heenan. And little spoiler alert. Looks like he's getting the win. Jesus, they put that right there on the box. Spoiler alert. Look at that. That's definitely a winning pin right there. Because he's pointing. Look at, he's posing when he's pinning the dude.
Oh, well.
Look at that. He's got the finger action going there.
I don't think you ever really know with wrestling.
Look, Mr. Perfect against the Ultimate Warrior. Now that's a classic. Look at that. Oh, that's not Mr. Perfect. That's the Texas Tornado. You know, okay, this is Kerry Von Erich, right? The Von Erichs were really huge in Texas. This used to be a Blockbuster rental, by the way. Legendary family, the Von Erichs, but very tragic because they had all these, young sons. They're all going into wrestling. Their dad started the territory. I think his name was Fitz Von Erich, big German guy. All right, all these dudes have died from drug use or something. But Kerry, this is the guy who could have been like Hulk Hogan, like he would have been the mega star. But because, he's kind of a partier or something, I think he was, don't sue me if I'm wrong, Von Erich family, but I think he was like drunk or high or maybe a mix of both. He got in a car wreck and they amputated his leg or half his leg. But I didn't even know that as a kid. And he still wrestled under the Texas Tornado. So this is him at the bottom here. This dude right there. Okay. So they had like these boots with these tassels and everything. Yeah, he was walking around on one leg and a prosthetic leg. A 1980s prosthetic leg, mind you. So not just walking, wrestling. So if you ever want to watch a cool documentary about them, they have it was called World Class Champion. Was it World Class? Yeah, I think it was. Anyways, on the network, if you go, if you got Peacock, you can go into the WWE section and you look that up. And they got a pretty cool documentary on the whole territory. It's pretty cool. So, did I lose you, Bill? With all the wrestling talk? My 6 minutes of wrestling talk get you?
And what else is in the box?
I showed the tape. That's it. I just
one tape?
Yeah.
It's a giant box.
It's a giant tape. Look at this.
Oh.
Look at this tape compared to it. It's a big tape. There's a big box. Bootleggins isn't the kind of guy to send you a big tape in a small box, okay? Don't you dare try to besmirch the name of Bootleggins, all right? He sends it in nice size boxes with ample bubble wrap and filler wrap.
When I sent boxes out to California, they were rammed wall to wall. Yeah,
you did really good, but those could have got destroyed. Thankfully, they didn't. And you have a box coming, but I haven't been able to get that other thing yet, Bill. So it's ready to go. It's going to come. No, you'll get it. All your stuff is put to the side.
It's good.
Somewhere in this room. Anyway, so that's it.
Okay. All right, cool. Midnight is Flashing. Still happening. We're getting some YouTube content out there. We just had a viewer request one of the commercial clips that were up there from that I had up from Montreal. What's his name? His name was like Iowa Highway Productions. Sorry if I'm butchering your name, but he asked to reuse the clip because apparently super rare. It was a PSA about drinking and driving or some shit.
He asked to use your clip?
Yeah. And because it's rare because it was shown in Montreal, but I had the English language version, whereas everyone else would have got the
had the French version, huh?
French version. So, yeah, if you see stuff on the channel, I don't own the stuff. Chris Roberts doesn't own the stuff. If you see it and you want to, grab some stuff, just do what this guy did. Leave a comment, ask for it. If you want to, leave a link to us or say courtesy of, all better.
That'd be great.
But, we're certainly
we share. Listen, we don't claim ownership on any commercials or nothing, so don't go.
Yeah,
we don't own it, but it's kind of free media at this point. So if you want to use it, go ahead. But a link would be awesome.
Yeah,
and vice versa. You leave us a link, we'll do it right back. Check out your channel. Let's do a little channel swap.
Well, we're talking about it, even though I butchered the name here. Let me.
Yeah, I know this guy. This imaginary guy. This guy, he wanted to use my stuff.
Iowa Interstate Productions. He's got a YouTube channel where he's showing some cool commercials out there too. So, and of course, Derek, who's joined us for this entire chat, is also putting out commercials. He's been doing that for 50 years, I think, on YouTube already. So check that out. And the guy has come across thousands and thousands of tapes. God love him for processing through that much freaking tape. That's crazy. But
real quick, last pickup. Look at this. Something it's so crazy. I found it now, considering the hype. Look at that. That was nice.
That's the one I played.
I haven't played it yet. I can't play it until I get further into the show because I don't want no spoilers. But
right,
yeah, I was so happy to find that because I wanted to buy it. I mean, honestly, the price isn't crazy on eBay. It's like 20 and up kind of price, but
yeah. I guess it would have went up, with the.
I think show? It did, but I think maybe it was less than that. I don't know.
I do recommend. I played it on the PS3 version, but I do recommend the PS4 version. I think they cleaned up a couple of clunky combat.
Well, now they're even re-releasing it again. It's like, dude, enough. Yeah. Like, relax. Now it's like The Last of Us Part 1 on PS5 or something. Yeah. It's like, dude.
Well, I've seen some comparisons. The visuals are quite an upgrade.
Okay, but if you haven't bought it before, like, let's say if you're new to the series and you have a PS5, well then yeah, go ahead and get that one. That makes sense.
Yeah, totally. I'm playing through the second one right now, and it's something else.
Well, I don't want to hear it because I don't want to know anything about the show. I am a show first, game second in this deal.
Yeah, well, I love talking to people, getting the perspective of if you played the game or if you haven't and you're watching the show, which way is better? And are you ruining your game experience if you're watching it?
You know what? I don't care.
Something else.
Yeah, I hear you, and I have heard people say, like, they lean more towards the game because of whatever reasons. But I love the show, and I don't think it's going to ruin playing the game. So I don't care. And if it does, who cares? I don't care. I don't care. What would you rather ruin, though, the game or the show?
I imagine you're more connected when you play the game because you're the one doing it and making decisions and experiencing it for the first time.
But man, watching this show is like that. They rip my heart out almost on a weekly basis. That stuff wouldn't have that impact if you knew all the stuff, right? I mean, when I won't spoil it for anybody who haven't seen any of it, but there's certain characters that die. You wouldn't have that same effect if you knew they were going to die. You know what I mean?
The opening episode, I'm like, oh, this is going to be bad, but I know what the deal is. So
exactly.
But in the game, you had no idea. You're like, oh.
Yeah, well, I mean, truth of the matter is, I seen the cover for the game, and she doesn't look like the person who died. So I had unless they were completely recasting, I kind of felt like that character was probably going to die. Go ahead. We'll wait on you, Bill. Go ahead. See, look at this guy, Hollywood Bill over there.
What?
No, but I mean, knowing who the actors were in the show, I had a feeling that the one character was going to die because it didn't look like the character they were pushing in the commercial. So that was kind of but that was really the only spoiler for me. Everybody else who's passed away, I mean, you can kind of see the patterns now. Like, oh, make me love this person. No, I mean, but it's still heart-wrenching nonetheless. That little actress, I can't think of her name right now, but she's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's true.
She's really good.
But let's get it straight. They're not doing trope stuff where they make you fall in love with a character to kill them off. Like, I just retired and I'm having a baby next week. And
no. I didn't mean it that way. I just mean that, they're using
it's well done.
They're using the source material. I mean, as far as the characters who have died, they're all characters from the game that, as far as I know, other than me, well, it doesn't matter. Seems like they're all had the same fates in the game. But
yeah, well, I'm glad you're liking it.
Yeah, I love it, man. It's awesome. I am one episode behind though, because I'm waiting for someone to catch up, and we got the finale coming this weekend. So it's like, damn, better hurry up, or I'm gonna watch it without you.
That was quite an episode, the last one.
Well, I haven't seen it yet, so I will. No spoilers, Bill, or I will block you.
And then I'll have to pay Cameo fees to talk to you.
Yeah, you will. We'll have to go through Cameo. Look at here. Got a little bit of Alvin's and the Chipmunks here. I didn't even know that was on here. Yeah. Let's see if I can get that to work better. I cannot get it. Don't matter. All right. You gonna sign us out?
Yeah, man. Thanks everybody again for joining us. Catch us next time. Keep your eye on the channel and subscribe to the Instagram Midnight. Do you remember the Instagram handle? Midnight VHS or something?
Midnightisflashing VHS.
No, I didn't use the whole thing.
Oh, Midnight VHS. Well, now you know who to rip off, that Midnight video thing. You should just go ahead and steal their logo and be done with it.
Yeah, just grab all of our stuff, Instagram, Twitter, so you can find out when we're coming back. And of course, don't forget to watch the big guy, Chris Roberts, because he's got all the big content on TikTok, on Instagram, especially. Twitter's, it's a bit of a disaster nowadays for anything. So Instagram's the way to go.
It is Midnight VHS. Yeah, CWR2, please, or Planet of the Tapes and other formats.
Yeah. So. All right. See you next time. Thank you, Chris Roberts.
Thank you, Bill.